Okay, in this video we are going to learn how to set up outcomes for use with the Mastery Gradebook and for using with rubrics for assignments for your overarching course goals. The very first step you need to do is to outline those core no more than 10 essential questions, skills, and or content. You'll use this document to copy and paste into the Outcomes tab on Canvas. So once you have your document ready, you can go to your dashboard and select your course. In the left-hand menu, there'll be the Outcomes tab. You'll see that Outcomes allow you to either enter directly or to begin with a group. So I'm going to start with a particular group. I'll hit Save if I need to add any descriptors to it. Within this group, then another column opens up for me to be able to enter the outcome. I've named some of my outcomes with a one-word shorthand so they'll know what it's called and it's easy for me to then grab when I'm looking quickly through the rubrics and as I'm trying to enter it. I'm going to copy and paste from my statements into the descriptor box. And then I'm going to set up my criterion ratings. Now, Canvas will allow you to not have to use these points for an actual points-based grading system. However, Canvas is still a computer and needs to be able to calculate mastery based on some numbers. So I've actually changed all of these criteria to match with the types of expectations and rubrics that have been used in ML. So this one will be exceeds expectations. I'm going to actually set mine for 3 points, meets expectations at 2, approaching expectations set at 1, and in order to add another column, I'm going to simply hit Insert, and I'm going to add Area of Concern and leave that at 0 points. So I'm using a 3, 2, or 1 to be able to allow Canvas to calculate to show me very quickly and easily exceeds, meets, and approaches. I'm setting mastery at 2 since that's meeting expectations. And I would suggest either using number of times, most recent, or highest score. So if there is something that they need to do 6 out of 10 attempts, I would use N number of times. Most recent is, for example, in my debate class, if they just need to demonstrate a particular skill in the most recent debate, then I would use most recent score. Or if they simply need to achieve it once, then I would use highest score. So for flowing, it must be the most recent debate that they would have. You can make sure that that's exactly what you'd like to calculate by seeing the example box below, then hit Save. So I've got a flowing, that's actually the note-taking policy within debate. I've got an objective and an outcome. So when I go to my assignments, I'll enter all of my objectives. Sorry, you'll start by entering all of your objectives first to make sure that you have each of those groups and those tabs. Then when I'm creating an assignment, I'll go to my Assignments tab, create a new assignment. When I do so, I will create, save, and publish. And once it's all ready and saved and published, I will then see this screen, which is the confirmation. Near the bottom, you're going to see a plus rubric button. Go ahead and click that. You can enter your own criterion, or you can click the button that says Find Outcome. And so where I just entered debates and then that criterion, I'll see exactly what I copy and pasted, those same categories, and then I will see that I've selected the most recent score. I'm going to click the blue import button, and I'll see that that criteria has entered for the rubric. I can title this rubric, and that'll help me save it in case it's something that I'm going to use repeatedly. So for example, I use the same rubric every time there's a practice debate, so I might be able to use it. I can also add other outcomes that will allow me to enter as many as I need in order to do that assignment. Some of you had been wondering when it is that you actually get to remove those points so that you don't see these 3, 2, 1, 0. You'll simply click this button here near the bottom that says Remove Points from Rubric. It will still calculate using the 3, 2, and 1 to show you the green, yellow, and red options for where your course and your students are. You have other options here on the bottom. and then you'll click the blue Create Rubric, and you're done. When you do go to grades, you can click on the Learning Mastery tab. It will show you each of those outcomes in a category, and then it will show where students are in terms of those colors based on the number of attempts that they've had and the math that it calculates. It will show green, red, or orange. I'll show you an example from a fake course that I have created. So you can see what that gradebook looks like in a mock setting. And so here would be 3 of 3. So using that 3, 2, and 1 category, I can see that all of my students in this example are really great at using an argument. In terms of identifying an argument, looks like this student exceeded those expectations. I see a dark green, and it looks like I've got 2 students I still need to work on being able to accurately identify an argument versus an opinion. So it kind of helps me see this pie chart that I can see where my overall class is for remediation or review. Hope that helps. Thanks.